Hey everyone, welcome back to Talk Lora, the podcast where we make English learning natural and enjoyable. I'm Laura.
And I'm Alex. We're here to help you improve your English through real conversations about everyday life.
Today we're diving into something super practical: how to describe your daily routine in English. Whether you're chatting with new friends, answering interview questions, or just trying to organize your thoughts, knowing how to talk about your day is essential.
Absolutely. And the best part? You'll learn tons of useful vocabulary and phrases that you can start using immediately.
Before we jump in, if you're enjoying Talk Laura, please subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Your support really means the world to us.
All right. Ready to talk about our days, Laura?
Let's do it. So Alex, tell me, how did your day start today?
Well, my alarm went off at 6:30 this morning. I use this app on my phone that makes bird sounds. It's supposed to be gentler than a regular alarm.
Bird sounds? Does it actually work, or do you just hit snooze?
Okay, full honesty, I hit snooze at least twice. So I don't actually get out of bed until closer to 7.
I'm the exact same way. My alarm is set for 6, but I bargain with myself. Just 5 more minutes, I tell myself. Those 5 minutes turn into 20.
It's the universal struggle. So, what's the first thing you do once you're actually up?
Ugh, I stumble to the bathroom. I'm not a morning person at all, so I move like a zombie for the first 10 minutes. How about you?
Pretty similar. First stop is definitely the bathroom. I splash cold water on my face. It helps me wake up faster.
Cold water? You're brave. I can't handle cold water first thing in the morning. I wash my face with warm water. Then I brush my teeth while the coffee is brewing.
Wait, you start the coffee before you brush your teeth?
Absolutely. I turn on the coffee maker first thing. By the time I've finished in the bathroom, it's ready. The smell of fresh coffee is what really wakes me up.
That's smart. I'm more of a tea person in the morning, though. I know, very unusual.
Nothing wrong with tea. So after the bathroom, do you get dressed right away?
Not immediately. I usually do some light stretching first. Just a few minutes of touching my toes, rolling my shoulders. It helps with the stiffness from sleeping.
I should really start doing that. I always feel so stiff when I wake up, but I just ignore it and power through my morning.
You should try it. Even just 2 or 3 minutes makes a difference. After stretching, I head to my closet and pick out what I'm going to wear.
Do you plan your outfits the night before? Or do you decide in the morning?
Always in the morning. I like to check the weather first. If it's going to rain, I wear something casual and bring a jacket. If it's sunny, maybe something brighter.
I'm the opposite. I lay out my clothes the night before because I'm useless at making decisions in the morning. My brain doesn't fully function until after coffee.
That's actually really organized. I admire that. So after you get dressed, what's next?
Breakfast. I never skip breakfast. Even if I'm running late, I'll grab something quick like toast with peanut butter or a granola bar.
What's your ideal breakfast when you have time?
Ooh, when I have time, I love making scrambled eggs with cheese, some toast, and fresh fruit. And of course, my coffee. What about you?
I keep it simple. Usually just oatmeal with some honey and berries. Sometimes I add nuts for protein. And my tea, obviously.
Oatmeal is so healthy. I should eat that more often, but I find it a bit boring.
You just need to jazz it up. Add cinnamon, maybe some chocolate chips. Then it's like dessert for breakfast.
Now you're speaking my language. Okay, so after breakfast, you're heading out the door?
Not quite yet. I have this little routine where I go through my mental checklist. Phone, wallet, keys, headphones. I actually say them out loud.
You say them out loud?
I know it sounds weird, but it helps. Ever since I started doing this, I haven't forgotten anything important.
That's actually brilliant. I'm always leaving my headphones at home and then regretting it on the train.
Speaking of the train, how long is your commute to work?
About 40 minutes door to door. I take the subway. It's usually pretty crowded during rush hour, but I've gotten used to it. How about you?
Mine's about 30 minutes. I take the bus, and I actually enjoy it. It's my time to just zone out, listen to podcasts, or review my schedule for the day.
What kind of podcasts do you listen to?
Lately, I've been into true crime podcasts. They're so addictive. Sometimes I listen to comedy podcasts if I want something lighter. What do you do during your commute?
I usually listen to music, or sometimes I'll read on my phone. I like to catch up on the news or read articles I've saved during the week.
Do you ever people watch? I find the subway fascinating for that.
All the time. You see the most interesting things on public transportation. Last week, someone brought their pet parrot on the train. A real parrot, just sitting on their shoulder.
No way! That's amazing! I love moments like that. They make the commute worth it.
Exactly. So, when you get to work, what's the first thing you do?
I grab another cup of tea from the break room, then I sit down and check my emails. Usually, there are about 20 new messages from overnight.
20? That's not too bad. I usually wake up to 50 or more. It's overwhelming.
How do you deal with that many emails?
I've learned to prioritize. I look through all the subject lines first and mark the urgent ones. The rest I deal with throughout the day. Otherwise, I'd spend my entire morning just reading emails.
That's a good system. After emails, do you have meetings?
Most days, yes. Usually, my first meeting is around 9:30 or 10. Sometimes it's a team meeting, sometimes one-on-one with my manager. Do you have a lot of meetings?
Hmm, probably 2 or 3 a day on average. Some days more, some days none. I actually prefer days with fewer meetings so I can focus on deep work.
I totally get that. Meetings can be productive, but too many of them and you feel like you haven't accomplished anything.
Exactly. And then you stay late trying to catch up on your actual work.
Speaking of which, do you take a proper lunch break or do you eat at your desk?
I'm trying to be better about taking real breaks. I usually take 30 minutes to go outside, even if it's just to walk around the block. Fresh air helps clear my head.
That's so healthy. I'm guilty of eating lunch at my desk more often than I'd like to admit. I bring lunch from home, usually leftovers from dinner the night before.
Leftovers are the best. What did you have today?
Pasta with marinara sauce and vegetables. I made a big batch on Sunday, so I've been eating it all week. What about you?
I actually went to the cafe downstairs and got a sandwich, turkey and avocado. Sometimes I need a change from bringing lunch.
Nothing wrong with that. Do you get the afternoon slump? You know, that drowsy feeling after lunch?
Oh, definitely. Around 2 or 3 o'clock, I feel my energy just crash. I usually get up and move around, maybe do some jumping jacks in the bathroom.
Jumping jacks in the bathroom? I love it. I usually just drink more coffee, but I know that's probably not the healthiest solution.
Hey, whatever works. The afternoon is always the hardest part of the workday for me. The morning flies by, but those last few hours really drag.
Same here. I try to save easier tasks for the afternoon, things that don't require as much brain power, like organizing files or responding to simple emails.
That's smart time management. Do you have a set time when you finish work?
Hmm, officially, I'm done at 5:30. But honestly, it depends on the day. Sometimes I leave right at 5:30. Other times I stay until 6 or 6:30 if I have deadlines.
I finish at 5, and I try to be strict about it. I used to stay late all the time, but it was affecting my work-life balance.
Good for you for setting boundaries. That's something I need to work on.
So, what's the first thing you do when you get home?
I kick off my shoes immediately. There's no better feeling than taking off your work shoes after a long day.
Absolutely. Then what?
I change into comfortable clothes, usually sweatpants and a hoodie. Work clothes come off, comfort clothes go on. It's like a signal to my brain that work is over.
I do the same thing. I call them my home clothes. It's a complete transformation.
Exactly. After I change, I usually check if I need to go grocery shopping or if I have everything to make dinner.
How often do you grocery shop?
Usually once a week, on Sundays. I make a list during the week of things I need, then do one big shop. How about you?
I'm more of a spontaneous shopper. I'll go 2 or 3 times a week and just buy what I need for the next couple of days. I know it's less efficient, but I like having fresh ingredients.
There's something nice about that approach, too. So, what do you usually cook for dinner?
I like to cook, so I try to make something from scratch most nights. My go-to is chicken stir-fry with whatever vegetables I have. It's quick, healthy, and delicious.
I love stir fry. I tend to rotate between 3 or 4 meals: pasta, tacos, grilled chicken with rice, or soup. I'm not super adventurous in the kitchen.
Nothing wrong with having your favorites. Do you listen to anything while you cook?
Always. I either put on music or I'll play a podcast. It makes cooking more enjoyable, especially when I'm tired from work.
Same here. Music makes everything better. What kind of music?
Hmm, it depends on my mood. Sometimes upbeat pop music, sometimes jazz, sometimes just acoustic guitar stuff. Very eclectic.
I respect that. After dinner, do you clean up right away or take a break first?
I've trained myself to clean up right away. If I sit down on the couch first, those dishes are not getting washed until the next morning.
I can relate to that. The couch is dangerous. Once you're down, you're not getting back up.
Exactly. So I force myself to wash the dishes, wipe down the counters, and put everything away. Then I can truly relax without feeling guilty.
You're very disciplined. So, what does relaxation look like for you?
Usually, I'll watch something on TV, maybe a series I'm into, or sometimes a movie. I also like to scroll through social media, catch up with friends. Pretty standard stuff.
Do you do any hobbies in the evening?
I've been trying to read more. I set a goal to read at least 20 minutes before bed. Some nights I succeed. Some nights I'm too tired and just scroll on my phone instead.
Reading before bed is such a good habit. I do something similar. I try to avoid screens for the last hour before sleep.
How do you manage that? I'm basically glued to my phone.
It's hard. I put my phone in another room to charge. Out of sight, out of mind. Then I'll read, or write in my journal, or just lie in bed and think.
Writing in a journal. That's something I've always wanted to start but never have. What do you write about?
Just whatever's on my mind. Sometimes I write about my day, sometimes about things I'm grateful for, sometimes just random thoughts. It's very therapeutic.
I might try that. It sounds like a nice way to process the day.
So, what time do you usually start getting ready for bed?
Around 10 or 10:30. I need a good wind-down routine, or I'll be wired all night.
What does your wind-down routine look like?
First, I take a shower. I prefer showering at night because it relaxes me, and I don't have to rush in the morning. Plus, I go to bed clean, which feels nice.
I'm a morning shower person, but I can see the appeal of night showers. After your shower?
I put on my pajamas, usually just an old t-shirt and shorts. Then I do my skincare routine. Wash my face, moisturizer, maybe a face mask if I'm feeling fancy.
Face masks are the best. I do one every Sunday night.
Sunday night face masks. I love it. After skincare, I brush my teeth and floss. I'm very good about flossing at night, but I always forget in the morning.
Better once a day than never. Then you're ready for bed?
Almost. I set out my clothes for the next day, make sure my bag is packed, set my alarm. I'm trying to prepare as much as possible so my morning is smoother.
That's incredibly organized. I should do that. Instead, I scramble around in the morning looking for things.
It's a game changer, trust me. What time do you actually get into bed?
Around 11, maybe 11:15. I'm a bit of a night owl.
And then straight to sleep? Or do you do anything in bed?
I usually read for 15 or 20 minutes. It helps my brain shift from active mode to sleep mode. What about you?
I'm ashamed to say I usually watch videos on my phone until I get drowsy. I know. Terrible habit.
Hey, no judgment. We all have our routines. The important thing is that you're getting enough sleep.
I try to get at least 7 hours. So if I'm in bed by 10:30 and up at 6, that's about right.
7 hours is solid. I aim for 7.5, but it doesn't always happen.
Okay, Alex, we've talked a lot about our daily routines. I think this is a good time to highlight some key vocabulary that our listeners can use.
Great idea. Let's break down some of the most important words and phrases.
First up, alarm. This is the sound that wakes you up in the morning. You can say, my alarm goes off at 6, or I set my alarm for 7:30.
And related to that, snooze. When you hit the snooze button, you're telling your alarm to stop for a few more minutes of sleep. I hit snooze 3 times this morning.
Next word, commute. This is your journey from home to work or school. My commute is 40 minutes by train.
Another useful one, grab. This is an informal way to say you're quickly getting something. I'll grab a coffee, or let me grab my jacket.
Good one. How about wind down? This means to relax and slow down, especially before bed. I like to wind down with a book.
Here's a phrase we used, catch up on. This means to get updated on something you've missed. I catch up on the news during my commute.
Let's talk about leftovers. This is food from a previous meal that you save and eat later. I'm having leftovers for lunch.
And batch cooking, or making a big batch. This is when you cook a large amount of food at once. I made a big batch of soup on Sunday.
Another great phrase, from scratch. This means making something completely from basic ingredients. I cooked dinner from scratch tonight.
How about zone out? This means to stop paying attention, to let your mind wander. I zone out on the bus and just listen to music.
Good one. Here's another, drag. When time drags, it feels like it's moving slowly. The afternoon really drags on Fridays.
Let's not forget set boundaries. This means to establish limits, especially with work-life balance. I'm trying to set better boundaries with work.
And finally, work-life balance. This is the balance between time spent working and time spent on personal life. I need to improve my work-life balance.
Those are some really useful phrases for talking about your daily routine.
All right, everyone. We've covered a lot of ground today, from waking up to going to bed, and everything in between.
The main takeaway is that you now have the vocabulary and phrases to describe your entire day in English. And remember, routines are personal. Your routine doesn't have to look like ours.
Exactly. Some people exercise in the morning, others at night. Some people cook elaborate meals, others keep it simple. There's no right or wrong way.
The important thing is being able to talk about what you do.
So here's our challenge for you. In the comments below, write 3 sentences about your daily routine. Use some of the vocabulary we discussed today.
For example, my alarm goes off at 7. I grab breakfast and catch up on social media. After work, I wind down by watching TV.
See? Simple and effective. We want to hear about your routine, so please share in the comments. We read every single one.
And if you found this episode helpful, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Talk Lora. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next episode.
We release new episodes every other day, covering different topics to help you improve your conversational English.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. We really appreciate you being part of the Talk Lora community.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and remember, every conversation is an opportunity to improve.
Until next time, take care.
Bye, everyone!
Happy learning!